Well, this is it, the final part in my 6-part series where I review every traditional Sonic game for the Virtual Console. When I first got started, I had no idea how hard it was going to be to release a new review of basically the same game over and over again. And it's the same thing in this game. The level designs of Sonic 1, 2, and 3 are very similar, and at times it just felt like I was just repeating things ad nauseum. But like I said in a previous video, this game is actually a continuation of Sonic 3, so it makes sense that Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles look the same. The first game was so large they actually had to split it into two. Sonic & Knuckles is both the same game as the previous title and a completely different one, and that's all due to who you pick to play as. Now the level designs are just like Sonic 3, as they should be because the game is just an extension of Sonic 3. The level designs still have multiple paths, but this becomes even more pronounced when you're using different characters. If you play as Sonic, all of Sonic's moves from the previous games are still there, so it's just as easy to pick up and play as any other Sonic game. But if you play as Knuckles, you'll find that he has the ability to float in the air and latch onto walls like Spider-Man! This becomes useful when you want to access parts of the game that Sonic can't, like high walls. Knuckles was fun to play as, even if he couldn't jump as high as Sonic. He made up for it with his own abilities. So it makes replaying this game even more fun. The level designs were just as fun as Sonic 3. They continued the tradition of starting up a level right after one ends. So just like in Sonic 3, it feels like you're playing a story instead of just playing a few levels. There are special stages you can find, just like in the previous games. But unlike the lame one in the previous game, this one is kind of fun. There are actually two kinds, a pinball type and a spherical type stage, and they were enjoyable to play. But the big draw of this game isn't the game itself, but the lock-on feature. When you bought it for the Genesis, you could plug a previous Sonic adventure for the Genesis on top of Sonic & Knuckles, and it would do something special for that game. It was a fantastic idea that made these older games really fun to replay. So you might be wondering, how do you do this on a Virtual Console game? Well, you have to have the game you want to lock on downloaded on your Wii, and then you go through a menu in the Sonic & Knuckles game. It's as easy as pressing the minus button on your Wiimote. In Sonic 1, it's kind of a trick because it says, "No way!" If you hold down the A, 1, 2, and 3 button, you'll get this special screen, where you can now play those levels from Sonic 3 I absolutely hated. I mean, I know there's some of you out there that really did like them, but you know what? It made me nauseous. In Sonic 2, they let you play the regular game as Knuckles. It was a cool addition because there were parts in Sonic 2 where you couldn't go without Knuckles, so it gives that older game a real feeling of replayability. But in Sonic 3, it's just the ultimate game. It's Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles put together like it should be. It feels like the true completion of these two games when you have the two titles together. Sonic & Knuckles was just as fun as Sonic 3. It was great to play as a different character and take different routes to extend the gameplay. Plus the ability to change up the previous games makes this game even more appealing. Now I do think any of the Sonic games are worth a buy, because they're all enjoyable. But if you're really looking for the best Sonic game out there, I would go with Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles. Well, that's it for my Sonic series of reviews. I'll be getting back to my normal set of reviews next with a review of Kirby's Dream Collection 20th Anniversary Edition. Thanks for watching.